Welcome, everyone, and thank you so much for joining. I'm Mairead, the Global Director of Partnerships at LoyaltyLion, and I'm delighted to be hosting our final session of Loyalty Connect 2026. Over the past few days, AI has been a thread running throughout almost every conversation, and today we're keeping that momentum going. The question we're asking now is beyond what we've already covered. What AI tools are really moving the needle for Shopify brands right now? To answer that, we brought together what we call the Retention Collective, a term we've coined here at LoyaltyLion to spotlight our best-in-class retention tech partners, Klaviyo, Gorgias, Order Editing, LOOX, and Tapcart. These aren't just integrations, they represent a commitment to building deeper joint retention strategies that deliver real value for you as brands. And this is something we'll continue to be investing in. Today's format is a little different. Rather than presentations, we've asked each technology partner to demonstrate their AI tool, showcasing to you what it does and the problem it solves. Short, sharp, and practical. We won't have time for a live Q&A today, but we do have people active in the chat who are ready to answer any questions, or if you just want to talk and have a bit of a conversation between yourselves. So please don't be shy. And with that, I will hand over to Theo from Gorgias, who please do introduce yourself and give us an overview of what AI you're building at Gorgias today.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Mairead. Great intro. So my name is Theo Burns. I lead the tech and platform partnerships at Gorgias for EMEA. So what that means is working with Shopify, both on our integration and go-to-market, and then sort of 15 to 20 of our top app ecosystem partners around that as well. And hopefully I'll give a bit of an overview today into how we work with both platform and tech through what we're building and through our AI. I'm going to dive into our shopping assistant tool, which is essentially our AI agent, specifically the sales tool that it has to be able to respond to sales questions in particular, drive conversions, boost AOV, and ultimately influence GMV growth across Shopify merchants. So without further ado, I will share my screen. Great. Cool. So quick reference point, this is actually a pre-recorded demo put together by one of my lovely female colleagues. So you'll see that she's actually looking for an outfit for one of our company retreats. And we're actually going to go through that. But before we do, you can see that the options here are both support and sales orientated. So you have both in one conversation, opportunity to ask support questions as well as sales questions. And in this case, obviously, my colleague has gone for a monochrome outfit for the company retreat. And then you're going to get under the thumb the easiest action to respond to, multiple options that are pre-selected. Of course, at any moment, we can respond in the reply bar with text. But in this case, we're going to go for something chic, and we'll see what it pops up with. So 4 different product cards, which we can jump into at any point. I'll show that shortly, but showing different products, their PDP, and product information. You can click into these, or you can, again, refine the search. So in this case, we're actually going to look for something a little bit more toned down, and then we get some black and white options, right? So this is all within a conversation that you could have on a mobile device or through the web chat online. In this case, you're going to click into the MIDI address, and you actually have the option to ask more questions specifically about this product, or look through the photos at the top as you might swipe through them or click from side to side. Again, reiterating that this is available across web chat. It could be through an email conversation, SMS, and what's coming very, very shortly is across socials as well. So here in this case, we've had a look through the different products, the photos that we have available, and we're actually going to ask what the material is to get some more information. AI can come back with a full response to that. And again, reiterating, the next best, easiest action is to add it to cart right under the thumb if you're on mobile. It will select a size and add it to cart. And once this is done, it's actually going to provide a couple of cross-sell options, right? So we're not just leaving it at what they're originally looking for. Let's try and recommend some accessories or some shoes that go really nicely with this sort of toned down monochrome look. In this case, we pick the brooch, the bag, add it to the cart. And the next easiest action is to check out right within the chat. Now, if I switch over, that is quickly a demonstration of what it would look like on the customer's side. But to give you a look behind the scenes, this is a slightly different example, but you actually have a proactive message here from Leah, the AI agent for this specific brand, asking if they're looking for the artistry icon set and providing that product tile in chat. In this case, it's actually being added directly to the cart. But what's interesting here is you can actually have a human agent jump into the same conversation, pick it back up, and we actually track this metric, which we're calling AI agent to human handover, and the first response time after that. But it's important because we actually see on the right-hand side, human agents can give feedback. It gives its auto QA score and give feedback on what was actually referenced in this response and whether we thought that was a good, bad, or okay response. Now, the last thing I wanted to show you very, very quickly is how easy this is in theory to set up. Obviously, you can go a lot deeper with guidance and things like that, but in its simplest form, we just set the selling style, the discount strategy, max discount, and then it's important also to call out that Shopping Assistant will pull your Shopify discounts and talk about them that are available to everyone anyway. You go into customer engagement, and this is where we have proactive operations as well. So you could have the search assist, which would have been the case in the one I just showed you. They search for dresses, for example, and we'll start a conversation, whether we need help popping up proactively, or even 3 AI-generated FAQs as well. And then the last thing, when we talk about our AI products, it's important to be able to give it guidance, promote specific products, exclude products. Maybe you've got a low sell-through rate. Maybe you've got a new season coming through and you want to push those through. As easy as that, you can just add them to there directly from Shopify. And last thing to call out, I think one of the amazing things for this AI agent, it's available in over 80 different languages. So really good for brands who are working globally on Shopify. And the key points we're trying to save here is making humans more efficient, driving revenue through AI, and automating, obviously, as high as possible automation rate. We sort of see brands that are striving for our 50 and 50 program is sort of 50% automation within 50 days. So that, again, includes these sales tickets and also support tickets as well. And I'll hand back to you, Mairead.
Thanks so much, Theo. That looks so exciting. Now I'll be passing over to Daniel from LOOX to join us to talk about what they're building out with AI. Hello, Daniel. Perfect.
Hello there. Thank you so much. And thank you, Theo. That was great. I'm going to share my screen as well. And I'd love to show everyone a little bit about what we're doing at LOOX to develop AI features. So again, my name is Daniel. I'm the product marketing lead here at LOOX. And I want to show you a little bit about our AI features, which we released with our newest plan on LOOX, the Convert plan. I'll tell you a little bit about them and show you some examples in the wild. But first, why did we choose to develop AI features in the first place? In a world where everyone and anyone are developing AI features just for the sake of it, we wanted to make sure that any AI capability we develop addresses a clear challenge. And we decided that for us at LOOX, every one of our AI capabilities has to do something that allows you to convert more with the reviews you already have. Hence the name of the plan, of course. So one of the challenges merchants face is that their best reviews are usually buried somewhere between page 6 or 10 in their reviews, where nobody will really ever see them. And the same applies to your most visually appealing photos and videos. So for that, we developed AI highlights and AI review sorting. The AI highlights, as you can see, they pull the most persuasive phrases from your long reviews. And I'd love to show you this in the wild as well. This is Blendjet, one of our bigger merchants. You can see they have almost 70,000 reviews here, which is a lot. When you scroll down, you want to get a snapshot. So if I look at their website, and this is their live website in the wild, I scroll down to the reviews, you can see that as I scroll, the highlights come up and highlight in long reviews only the most persuasive or most easily digestible part. And this is something that really allows you to see the value straight up. The second feature that does the same is AI sorting. Now, the review sorting is a little bit more of a background thing, but I found a way to show you how this works as well. It basically takes the best looking photos and videos from across all of your reviews and displays them first and foremost. So in order to see this in action, this is another one of our merchants, protein.com. Now, I can scroll down to the reviews, but you won't see how it used to look. So I did a little bit of acrobatics in the background, and I can show you that this is their reviews without AI sorting. You can see that you have some product photos and it doesn't look bad, but this is their reviews with AI review sorting turned on. And you can tell that, here we see the actual people, before and after photos. You can see the result of the product in action, which is exactly what you would want to see if you come to their product and want to be convinced. So those are the two features that put the best parts of the reviews front and center. And then we have 3 more features that automate manual work, make your message accessible to international audiences, and increase the discoverability of your reviews online. The first of which is AI review replies. And as you can see, AI review replies, they allow you to generate a suggested reply to customer reviews. To show you how this looks, I have a review in the back end of our admin in LOOX. And it's as simple as clicking reply and just generating a reply. This is a relatively positive review. You can see it's thinking, and it offers you a pretty good, pretty in-depth reply to your review. You, of course, can go ahead and edit the reply however you want, add it or generate again with AI. So this is something that really automates a lot of manual work and allows you to just do things more quickly and use your tone of voice as well while you do it. The next one is AI review translation, which allows you to translate any review that you have to many, many languages. To show you this in action, I went to one of our merchants. You can see it's in Spanish. If I choose to turn this page into English, you can see that the existing reviews are in Spanish. If I choose to turn this into English and I scroll down to the reviews again, you'll see that they are now in English. And that's automatic. That's immediate. You can show the original as well if you want to. And we do this with 29 languages. It's truly international, and it really gives a lot of value to the merchants. The last one is really in the background, so I can't share a live demo for you in essence, but it's alt text for images. You can say this is relatively small, but it does make a big difference at the end of the day for discoverability and SEO. So even in those little details, we gave some thought to that. And then finally, we have a lot more planned as far as our AI suite and AI features. But I just want to show you one more of our AI superpowers planned for 2026 and beyond. I'll give you a small taste of what it is. We call it the AI review stories, and it showcases the best parts of your reviews in one clean, satisfying widget, fit for our modern, scrolling social media age. Essentially, what you're seeing here is a mock-up of a product page. The customer would come in, click this little entry point, and they would get a story experience, basically a summary of everything that the reviews say on this product. So as you can see, it's very interactive. You can click through it. You can see highlighted quotes. You can see insights and who it's built for. You can see all kinds of media and messages, this will be something that's also configurable in the backend as well. And this is just one of the things that we are expecting to release throughout the year. We're very happy with the progress that we made so far, and we're hoping to add lots more value in the future.
Thanks so much, Daniel. Some really great key takeaways there for brands. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Next, we have John from Tapcart. So John, what has Tapcart been working on when it comes to AI?
Thanks, Mairead. I appreciate it. And thanks to the LoyaltyLion team for having us. What an exciting time to be in e-commerce. Just seeing those past two presentations is very encouraging. Let's see. Where do I share my screen? Am I crazy? Screen. There it is. All right. Technical difficulties have left the building. Great. Really happy to be here today. Again, my name is John Knott. I'm the Director of Technology and Ecosystem Partnerships at Tapcart. I manage all of our product partnerships efforts globally and work really closely with the Shopify team across our go-to-market motions. The future of mobile commerce is very much here. For those unfamiliar, as the only Shopify Plus certified mobile commerce platform, Tapcart powers over 3,000 of the leading brand apps on the market. So with over $10 billion in revenue generated through Tapcart apps from the likes of Baze, Ruggable, Opali, Champion, just to name a few, Tapcart's helping brands to expand their own marketing footprint as a meaningful part of their retention strategy. So Tapcart has always lived at the intersection of technology and customer experience. With our AI products, we're continuing down that road. With our Tapcart AI-powered marketing suite, we're continuing that mission, allowing brands to get closer to customers than ever before. So from AI push notifications, our new For You feed that provides a true one-to-one personalized experience and adapts content and products being shown in real time as customers browse. AI scenes and video, and AI autopilot. We've reimagined how Shopify brands are thinking about their own marketing. We have millions of data points. We're able to combine shopper behavior, user attributes, and data from over 100 million orders that have been processed through Tapcart apps to create this truly one-to-one personalized shopping experience. So let's go ahead and dive into a few of the Tapcart AI features that we've rolled out over the past 6 months. And to do this, we'll pop into an example with Opali. So inside App Studio that you're looking at right now, brands like Opali have full extensibility when it comes to being able to optimize the look and the feel, the content that's inside of their app. So if we drill into a block in particular, so I will drill into this block here, you're going to have full right rail customization where you're able to easily, in a very traditional sense, edit the look and the feel, the content, the destination, and everything else that you'd like to add here, even metadata. And if I go into our new AI functionality here, you're able to have new tools that are able to save brands valuable time, right? We understand as an e-commerce operator, your time is extremely valuable, right? It's probably the most valuable resource that you have. So from wearing different hats throughout the day to juggling dozens of different channels and workflows, our new AI tools really ultimately save brands time and allow them to streamline their app management, the amount of time that it takes for them to get their app up and running. So an example that you're looking at here is actually an AI created scene. So from a static image, we were able to create this very short, enticing 7-second video. And that's essentially, a 7-second process, right? You enter in what you're looking to do for this particular scene, and it creates the video for you. We can also easily be able to go in and customize, and I'll do an example here. So make the font 2x larger and more fun. So by easily being able to prompt, I'm able to get different font, and maybe I'm like, that font is not exactly what I'm looking for. Change the font back, but keep the size. And I'm easily able to change the font back to the size that it was, or back to the font that it was before, but to keep the size. So you can see how easy it is to be able to edit in a traditional sense, or to be able to use our new AI editor to do it using prompts, right? Incredibly easy for you to be able to do so. Easily save, or if in this instance I don't want to do so inside of their live app, I can easily just click out there. Moving over to a few more examples here. Next, we have our AI autopilot content. So another effort to bubble up or make it so that brands can easily share content. We're taking all of these new collections that were posted on the Opoly site, and we're making it easy for you to be able to send push notification content around these new collections. So in this example, if I want to create a content around our mini dress collection, I can easily pop in here and generate the push notification. It's going to give me a sample subject line. It's going to give me an image. It's going to give me, essentially a ready to send push notification where I can easily go in, and in the same sense, I can edit this as I see fit, or I can send as is to the relevant segment. So incredibly easy for brands to be able to post content and for that to be able to be sent to their base. Another example here is AI push notifications that are based on historical success that the brand has had. So you'll notice that we give 2 examples per collection here. So whether it's per party season or festival season, whether it's maybe those that are most loved or like kind of their highest sellers, it's really easy for brands to be able to pop in here during their workflow and to be able to easily see what content would be relevant and potentially successful to send. Lastly, I wanted to just briefly talk about our new AI cart recovery. This is part of our AI push notification functionality that we've released recently, and we're seeing like crazy results. I'm not going to share which brand this is from, but 12% conversion rate on an AI generated push notification is something that that a lot of our brands can't shy away from. So if you are curious to learn a little bit more about all the tools that we're rolling out on the AI front at Tapcart, please feel free to reach out to us. We do have an exciting proof of concept app design campaign that we're rolling out to celebrate the launch of Tapcart AI. So please don't hesitate to reach out.
Thanks so much, John. That's great.
Thanks, Brian.
Perfect. And now I will be handing over to Klaviyo. So Bogdan, it would be great if you can join us on the stage and talk about what Klaviyo has been building.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon. Excited to walk you all through what we've been doing in the space. To a previous presenter's point, it's super cool to see what the e-commerce space is doing with AI to accelerate on both the sales and the service front and just overall ramping up engagement with brands. So let's dig on in. I'll be sharing Klaviyo's Customer Hub and Customer Agent today. Should load here in a second. Perfect. So we'll start out. This is a demo set that we've built for a brand that we created called Terraza. They sell athletic apparel primarily. First concept I'll be showing you all is Customer Hub. So this is a logged in experience for brands to really build relationships, gather data, and be able to personalize their experiences, their customers' experiences when they're interacting with the brand services. So you can see here, I can get order updates. We integrate with a bunch of different shipping and tracking providers here. You can look at loyalty, basically status within the program, same concept. We integrate with several providers here as well. You can see the number of points that are available, coupons that are available to them. You can actually start a return directly from this screen as well. Captures some basic stuff too, of course, as you might imagine, like what's been recently viewed, what's been favorited, some top picks, getting into the product recommendation conversation. So pretty much kind of like the title says, a hub for that consumer's engagement with your brand. We'll go next into Customer Agent. So this is, you'll see some similarities here for sure with what our friends from Gorgias showed in terms of how can you leverage AI and the chat capability to basically deliver a better experience, both pre and post purchase to consumers. So the demo that I've constructed here, I've actually been having a little conversation with the AI agent. You'll notice I actually added a windbreaker to my favorites. So I kind of made it a little bit easier for agent to recommend something here. But first I asked, can you help recommend a windbreaker? And so it pulls up the details about the windbreaker directly from the product catalog within Shopify, gives me some details about it, what colors are available, what sizes are available, and I can actually add it to the cart as well. What's kind of cool about Customer Agent is really bringing all of these different data points and different solutions that the brand might be using together within this experience. So for this example, true to the case, of course, of Loyalty Connect, I asked, can I use my loyalty points to pay for this? It tells me that I can. I can go and view my current points balance. Let's move ahead and actually purchase this. It asked me if I'd like to proceed with the windbreaker that they recommended. The answer is yes. And then I asked, can you help me add it to cart? You saw above that it actually can add it to the cart, but I think I have to share a specific size to do that. But basically shows how the product recommendation use case proceeds within our Customer Agent. But again, like I showed within Customer Hub, there's a lot more that you can do with this facility with the data that you have available on that consumer to drive much more than product recommendations. Let's go behind the scenes a little bit and I'll actually show you how this comes together and how we can actually train the agent to become better and better, as well as measure its performance. So first, from the performance standpoint, you can see we support different channels as well. So web chat, text message, email, WhatsApp. This is cool because you can keep the conversation going right across channels, make sure that the issue or the request that the consumer brought up gets handled, right? Regardless of the channel, regardless of the length of time that it takes to have them satisfied with their response. Some of the metrics that we're tracking as well. So how many are actually resolved by AI? What's the percentage? What are we generating from having folks that are actually clicking on links and adding to carts? Average order value, and then what are the actual sales that were generated through this experience. Next, one thing that I'll call out too is there's one of the goals of this automation overall is to have to, someone mentioned before, right time is the most precious resource, and it's actually true, absolutely true. And so what we aim for is to automate as much as possible and to resolve as many inquiries as possible with automation before we hand off to a human. Klaviyo does have a lighter weight help desk solution that this can transfer to get it in front of an actual human, or we do integrate with Gorgias as well as the other third-party help desk platforms directly for that clean handoff as well if human intervention is needed. What's kind of cool from an outcome perspective is about 65 to 75% of the high volume inquiries. So think about Wismo, where's my order, or product recommendations like I just showed you. Those are actually being resolved by AI. So saving a ton of time for these brands in terms of making their consumers happy. Next, we go to the skills and the performance of these skills. So we have product recommendations, general Q&A, store location, order tracking, so on and so forth. You can actually track these conversations. And so I think we can find mine here with my windbreaker. Yep. So you can actually go into the specific conversation. And then what's cool is for each of these conversations, or more generally, of course, you can see how the AI agent is performing, and you can continue to train it, both in terms of existing skills and continuing to optimize the responses and the efficacy of those skills towards resolving these challenges. But you can also, there's no limit to the amount of tools that can be integrated here, and then the skills that develop from those to cover more and more surface area, again, whether it's pre-purchase or post-purchase. And I think that's it for me.
Thanks so much, Bogdan. Really, really insightful.
Thank you, Brandon.
Thank you. Next up, we have Claudia from Order Editing. So Claudia, it would be great if you can give us a bit of an intro to Order Editing and what you guys are working on.
Hi, Mairead. Firstly, thanks so much to the LoyaltyLion team for having us here. My name's Claudia. I head up our global partnerships at Order Editing. Order Editing basically does what it says on the tin. We allow customers to self-service any order changes. I've definitely been victim to it. have a product in cart, but you've realized you've made a mistake at checkout. So it might be you've ordered the wrong size, the wrong quantity. You might have ordered it to your ex-boyfriend's house. So with our app, you basically can make all of these changes all without ever contacting customer support. So we reduced order-related customer service tickets by 90%, and then we convert 1 to 4% of orders with an additional item through our checkout and post-purchase upsells. And finally, we work with over 8 billion worth of Shopify brands, from True Classic, Jones or Beauty, Hexclad to Castor and Opoly. Yes, that is us. Today, I'm going to be walking you through our free shipping upsell with our AI-driven bestsellers. If I just share my screen real quickly. I think that's visible. So yeah, this is one of our highest converting upsell recommendations in our entire platform. It has a 1 in 5 conversion rate. And I think the reason why this is because it really taps into natural consumer behavior where people do not want to pay for shipping. They would rather buy an additional product than face a shipping fee. So I'm just going to show you how this works with one of our clients. So if I go to the checkout on Ella and Joe, you can see down here, shipping method, free shipping is £41 away, and we're displaying a relax and renew night cream. So the way our AI engine differs compared to other product recommendation engines is they typically ask, what do people buy together? So other providers look at clusters, like what products appear with what. With our AI, we do something a little bit more specific. So we look at the order that items appear on thousands of completed orders and ask the question, what do people buy next once they already have these items? It sounds like a really subtle difference, but it produces much better recommendations because we're not just matching products that cluster well together, we're matching the natural progression of a customer's buying decision. So with this particular product in cart here, the Plump and Protect, we found with our AI that most people at some point will then go on to buy the Relax and Renew Night Cream. And these are just, it's such an easy win because you can see here I'm £41 away from free shipping and the product's only £45. And again, I've also fallen victim to this where I'd rather pay a bit more and get something back rather than just paying for shipping, which, doesn't get you anything tangible. I'll show you another example here just on Lazy Oaf, where again, I'm £10 away from free shipping and I'm showing socks that will get me over that free shipping threshold. And I'll show you how easy it is to actually set these up in the back end. So if I was just to go to create strategy, we already have pre-built templates here where, this works pretty well for most of our merchants. So the smart gap calculator, I'll just create that strategy. You can edit your market. So if you want it for a specific market, you can turn them on and off or have it apply to all. It will appear at checkout. And then we can decide which customers will see this checkout upsell. So we can show it to all customers. We automatically pull in shipping thresholds within Shopify. So we sync these automatically, but if this is outside Shopify, you would just need to manually determine these. And then what we can do here is turn on our personalized recommendation. So recommend the best-selling product that qualify for free shipping. And it's basically as simple as that. That's how you set up the baseline strategy. You get a little preview here. And then just to show you how easy it is, and I am not a highly technical person, but even I can set this up. So within Shopify, you basically go and add your checkout block here. So free shipping upsell. And then there's some small configurations here. So you would include the block in ShopPay just to maximize that visibility. And then you can change the styling of it. So if you prefer to have a carousel, or if you would prefer something a bit more minimalist like this. And then you are basically good to go from there. And you can scroll through and any sort of strategies that I showed you on the previous interface will all be live, and you would just hit save, and all of this you can just do within your checkout settings. So yeah, a really simple, easy win utilizing fundamental AI logic. We see our clients, such as David Protein, net about $1,000 a day purely on this one upsell. So yeah, feel free to check it out. And if I can do it in 3 minutes, I'm sure merchants can too. But yeah, thank you so much for having us. It's a really exciting time for us at Order Editing on how we can leverage more AI within the product. So more to come in due course. But yes, thanks, LoyaltyLion.
Thanks so much, Claudia. And last but by no means least, I will be handing now over to Freddie, who will talk about what we've been working on at LoyaltyLion.
Hey, Mairead. Hello, everyone. So my name's Freddie. I lead product here at LoyaltyLion. So AI. So just to speak to why we were looking to use AI. We didn't want to launch AI for the sake of AI. We wanted to find practical, tangible reasons why brands would benefit from AI capabilities within LoyaltyLion. So what did we build? We built AI campaigns. What are they? Simply put, they give the CRM manager, the CS, the marketeer more levers to influence customer behavior and to drive GMV growth. We're also using the AI specifically to save the marketeer time, to help with setting up campaigns, recommending the most optimal campaigns, so that they can be set up in a matter of minutes, but don't require any developer resource. So what do we launch? Let me share my screen. So we launched 3 campaign types at the beginning of the year. Reward discounting campaigns, which allows you to discount a specific reward for specific customers over a specific period of time. We launched points multiplier event campaigns, which allows you to schedule your double points weekends really easily. And lastly, we launched birthday bundles, building out from our birthday rule, but like on steroids, basically. It allows you to offer perks to customers within their birthday window, and specifically around free products within their birthday period. But what does the AI do across these three campaign types? So we used the AI and we worked really hard to keep it as narrow as possible. I think anyone that's worked with AI can attest to it. But like if you go too wide, you it's kind of questionable in terms of the value it delivers. So we gave the AI very, very specific roles for each of these campaign types. So reward discounting, what it does is it looks at your entire reward catalog, looks at the reward values, and then it goes through all your customers and understands which customers are currently eligible for those rewards. And then by discounting a specific reward, how many newly eligible customers are you going to introduce will have access to that reward? And it recommends discounting a reward by the smallest margin, but introducing the largest newly eligible customers to get the best ROI in terms of discount to newly eligible customers. So it recommends a reward, how much to discount it, and which customers to target, really importantly. The second campaign type was points multiplier events. So what the AI does here is it builds out a projection, a 90-day projection in terms of a baseline order volume. And it looks for, based on historic trends and based off your program and order data, and seasonal trends, and it does some benchmarking stuff too, but it looks at the next 90 days and tries to identify a truly quiet period where you might want to run a double points weekend, for example. There's no point in kind of trying to increase demand when demand's already there. You don't want to reward customers that would come back anyway. You want to incentivize customers to come back by giving them an additional reason. And that's where you want to target specifically quiet periods for your double points weekends. And then lastly, birthday bundles. Like I said, birthday bundles are all about a free gift, basically, our free product reward type. So what this does is, again, the AI goes in, looks at your program data, and looks at which of your free product rewards, one, have the highest engagement across your different tiers, and then secondly, it looks at which of those rewards drive the greatest post-redemption spend. So which one of those rewards drives long-term CLV from your customers, and it recommends different products or different product rewards for your different tiers. How that looks in practice, I've got a couple of pre-baked ones. So this is my test store, so that's why it's got a very small customer count. But if you request the AI to generate a prompt or generate a recommendation, it will then suggest, it will then do a prediction. So in this case, it's suggesting running a double points weekend. How many customers you'd expect to see return and engage with the campaign, what that uplift looks like, and it gives you some natural language rationale as to why it's recommending that weekend. All the marketer has to do is click apply recommendation, and then that's good to go to then set up and schedule. This is again a demo store, so I ran this yesterday, which is what I was recommending, a full week double points campaign window. How many customers they think will come back during that campaign window, and the uplift that campaign will generate, and again the natural language logic to support that. We're really excited. Lots of brands are adopting AI campaigns and using the AI suggestions, and it's really exciting to see kind of how brands are using it and where AI is going in the future.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Freddie. So yeah, that was really, really insightful. And I'm sure you're all going away with plenty of ideas on how you can use these AI products as part of your day-to-day e-commerce strategy. So huge thank you to all of our wonderful partners and experts. It's not easy to come on and demo live, so we really, really appreciate you all taking the time.